Hi there, and welcome to my She Shed. Today I want to talk to you about the 4 secrets to activating self-expansion personally and professionally. I'm Cindy Brockway, and I am a multipreneur. I also call myself a grannypreneur because I have 11 amazing grandchildren. And so anyway, what is a multipreneur or a grannypreneur? Really, it's just someone who has experience in running a variety of businesses from home. And that's what I do. And I also specialize in helping budding solopreneurs, people like me who are just starting out, and help them to build an approach to activating personal and professional expansion that is manageable and sustainable. Those are the 2 key words, making sure that what you do is manageable and sustainable. And so that's what that's all about. Let me give you just a little insight, a little background about how I became a multipreneur. I launched my Etsy shop in 2010 when I was 52 years old. And in that shop, we sell jewelry. And so that's what you see hanging on the wall behind me here in my She Shed. And then a couple years later, after I kind of got my feet wet in the products, we invested in some vacation properties and we got them up and running and we rented them and made some money for over 10 years before we decided to sell those so that we could move on to something else. And in that time, I also decided that I wanted to be able to work with people one-on-one. You know, not just selling products, not just renting out a space for them to come and enjoy the mountains. I wanted to really be able to make a difference in people's lives. So I launched my coaching program as a certified self-expansion coach when I was 60. And then somewhere between 2010 and 2020, I also entered into 3 fun and interesting network marketing jobs. And so I work with special oils, I'm an affiliate marketer, and I also enjoy clean crafted wine. And so those are some of the endeavors that I have taken on as a multi-passionatepreneur or a multipreneur. So that's what it looks like to embrace your age and changes in your life and run with it. Because I knew that after being in a career as an educator, a teacher, for nearly 30 years, that I really was ready to branch out, to do something different. So I started 12 years ago, and that was about, 10 and a half years before I decided to retire early. And so that was 12 years as a multipreneur and an educator. 12 years of learning, growing, and glowing. And in those past 12 years, I have seen many people really struggle with building a viable home business, a business that is manageable and sustainable, which is what I said at the very beginning, those 2 key words, manageable and sustainable. And what I found is that these people either work 24/7, trying to make sales. They don't really have a cohesive strategy, and they just work and go in a million different directions, and they quickly burn out. Or they really have no idea where to start, and so they don't even try. They're just kind of on the fence about it for forever, and they don't get their feet wet and get moving. So I'm going to solve that problem today, or at least give you some ideas for how to solve that problem by sharing with you how anyone can start activating their personal and professional dreams today. Today, you can reach out and start today. So what I wanted to tell you about, like I said at the beginning, is 3 secrets for learning how to push yourself, when to shift, when to seek help, and when to just glide and kind of go with the flow in life and in business. And the 4 steps are tools, education, live implementation, and then community support. Those are what I've found over the past 12 years are the 4 stepping stones to building a life and a business that is manageable and sustainable. Each step, each of those 4 steps are really important for building and fine-tuning your approach to being an entrepreneur. It's like habits. Your habits for success and for finding really effective strategies that help you with self-management and business management and help you to become successful in what you're doing. And these stepping stones are applicable in personal endeavors and in your business endeavors. Now, let me tell you a quick story about these endeavors. As an Etsy shop owner, back in 2010, opened our shop up in December, and we were so excited. I had several listings in there, and my first sale was for $6. And guess how long it took me to get that very first sale? $6. It took 6 months to make $6. Now, that's $1 a month. That's not going to cut it. And back in 2010, Instagram was just getting off the ground, so we didn't have much social media. Messenger wasn't even in place, which is some of the strategies that people like to use for marketing online. TikTok, it wasn't in place until 2016. Mind you, I had started my business in 2010. So I really had no idea what I was doing. And so I started my first business selling my jewelry online. It took 6 months, made my first sale, and my husband says, this isn't going to work, I don't think. You know, how are we going to make that work? As he's driving to the post office with my little package with my $6 earrings in it. After 6 months of working online. But I didn't know what I was doing. I was fumbling through. I had even questioned myself, thinking, you know, how am I going to make this work? How is this going to be a viable income for me ever? If it's that hard to get one $6 sale. But you know what? I did not give up. But I really fumbled. I fumbled for a number of years. And those first few years, you know, I was trying to make money. Our vacation rental, we were able to, in time, get it to where it was rented out almost every single week for you know, the entire year. But we fumbled a lot. And so I wanted to be able to help people learn some of the skills that took me a long time to learn. A long time to learn how to get my businesses to be growing and making money the way they are today. And so that's why I wanted to share some resources with you that I found that are they're invaluable. They are definitely resources that can help you start from ground zero and move forward. And that's why, as a multipreneur and a grannypreneur, I'm just super passionate about helping entrepreneurs access marketing resources from the get-go. You know, not waiting for TikTok to show up 6 years later or for Instagram to show up 7 years later, for all the different media platforms that we use now. I didn't have access to them, but we do now. And so we I can share with you some really succinct action steps, resources, action steps. They're proven to help you get a kickstart on your entrepreneurial journey into entrepreneurship. And I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know where you are in the process, what it is that you've been mulling around in your mind. But when people come to me and they're seeking some type of support for their unique personal and professional needs and challenges, I am all about providing solutions for them, giving them the tools, the stepping stones to get them well on their path to success. And that's why I am super passionate about really providing creative support for my clients using those 4 secrets, those 4 stepping stones that I mentioned. The first one is tools. Knowing that you have the right tools or access to the right tools to build a business. What does that look like for your specific niche or for the specific company that you are a representative for? So tools is the first one. And tools that you can use for the long haul, not things that you're just going to try out and they don't work and you're going to try something new and try something new. No, successful action-based tools. The next one is education. Getting the training you need right up front. And the training that I like to offer for budding entrepreneurs is evergreen training. It's sessions that are recorded so that you can access it at your leisure when you have the time and when you can work it into your schedule. I'm not saying to be lackadaisical about it, because I do want you to move forward as quickly as possible. But we all know things happen in life, and we can't always follow a set routine for trainings that someone might offer when they're offering a specific challenge or a boot camp, and they want you to show up at a certain time for 4 or 5 days in a row. Those are good for those of us who have the opportunity and the freedom of time to be able to do that. But I also like to have something in my bag of tricks that I can offer to people that don't have that luxury. And so we've got tools, we've got education, live implementation, meaning you have live opportunity to speak with someone like me to help you in implementing what the next step is and the next step and the next step. And that live support doesn't necessarily go away. It's there for you when you need it. And then community support, getting you hooked up with a community of people, just like in this Facebook community that you're in, where you have the support when you need it to expand yourself personally and professionally, to open the horizons, so to speak, when you are planning on making a big shift. Or maybe it's just a little shift, but it's something that you are yearning to do, that you know if you had the right tools, the right education, the right one-on-one support, and a really positive community that is going to back you up all the way, what would that look like for you? So those are the 4 steps, the 4 stepping stones for building and expanding a viable business, a viable lifestyle, a lifestyle that's manageable and sustainable. Now, if you found these tips to be helpful or interesting, and something that you'd like to learn more about, I would like to help you out. I would like to share my expertise, share some of my experiences and some of my pitfalls, some of the setbacks that I experienced in the last 12 years to help you venture into entrepreneurship with more tools than what I had back in 2010. Or maybe you already have a business up and running and you want to figure out how are you going to up-level it. Or maybe you have a business and you're just not really sure what your business model should look like so that you are not sitting around waiting for your first sale for 6 months like I did. And I have some resources that I can share with you, and I'll be sharing in this group that can help you with that. So I would like to invite you to connect with me, to mention what it is that you have in mind. What's something that's really been mulling around in there, something that you're super excited about, or maybe it's something you haven't told anyone about, but you have it in your heart that you want to get out there and make a difference. And I want to be able to help you with that. And so you're welcome to reach out to me on one of my social media platforms. I'm mostly on Facebook, but I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. And I'm not on TikTok, so you won't find me there. And you'll find it under Cindy Brockway. That's who I am. And if you'd like to get on a call, I offer 30-minute collaboration calls. And these are an opportunity for us to work together for 30 minutes and kind of flesh out what it is that you've been thinking about doing, what it is you're already doing, or maybe what it is that you've tried in the past and it hasn't worked. And now you're trying to revisit it and see, is there any way I can pull it back together and move forward? Well, with the 4 stepping stones that I just mentioned, with training, with tools, with implementation support, and with community support, you can. You can make it happen. You can expand yourself personally and professionally. And I have a variety of free resources to share with you. I also have some paid resources and trainings. But first of all, I want to help you delve into the beginning steps, the very initial steps of what it takes to attract people to what you're doing, what you're all about, to help you learn how to get customers by planning how you're going to approach them strategically, what you're going to say, and how you're going to put your best foot forward. So if that sounds good to you, then please feel free to reach out to me. We can get on a call. We can chat in Messenger. We can even chat in the comments below this video. Any way you feel comfortable reaching out, let's do that. So I want to say goodbye now and wish you the very best. And hopefully you and I will be able to connect again very soon. Bye-bye.